Yeah. What I'm noticing in you and observing, or at least from just these.
God.
No, in a good way. In a good way. It's all good. I was just saying, it's like, it feels like no matter what's happening in your orbit, there's this pillar of belief that it's important to be happy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's like this core center belief in your life where it's like,
For sure.
it's important to be happy. It's important to be happy. That has to be the goal.
For sure. And if your happiness depends on the actions of others, you know, you're at mercy of things that you can't control. For me, you know, there's so many false narratives about me, about all of us, I'm sure. Like, so many people think they have you figured out when they don't even know the half of it. So sitting there and being like, you know, you get frustrated sometimes. It could feel really unfair. You could be reading something that someone is saying about you or hearing something that someone's saying about you and being like, that is so unfair because that's not who I am. And that really gets to me sometimes, and that really sucks. But then looking at myself in the mirror and being like, but I know who I am. And that's all. Why does anything else matter? And my friends know who I am. And my family knows who I am. My dog knows who I am. My horse knows who I am. Like, why does everything else is just noise?
I do this exercise. I don't think I've shared this before, but I do this exercise with some of my clients where we'll go on a walk and we'll be on a hike wherever we are. And I'll ask them what they think a piece of, you know, maybe there's a little leaf or maybe there's a flower or something that looks a little unique on the path. And I'll say, what do you think that feels like? And what do you think it would feel like if you picked it up in your hand? And they'll be like, oh, it looks really rough and like it might scratch me and like it looks like a bit, you know, like uneven or whatever, and it looks kind of hard and strong. And then I'll ask them to pick it up. And 9 times out of 10, it's completely different. Like they'll pick it up and it'll just dissolve in their hands, or they'll turn it over and the color's really soft. And sorry, the shape's really soft and the color's totally different on the other side. And I do that exercise to help us realize just how multifaceted humans are. Like, today I've got to meet you and obviously we're spending a lot of deep, intimate, vulnerable time together. So you learn faster about someone. But if someone only follows someone on social media or only sees someone at an event or only sees one interview, it's so easy to create such a singular view of someone.
Right.
And I think, and I want to say this because I really think we all feel it, I don't think anyone wants to be seen in a singular way. If you had to choose one word that had to be you for the rest of your life, I don't think anyone wants that. I think we all know that we're messy and complex and different.
Of course.
But we like to put someone else in a box, whoever that may be, because it's easier then to live life and say, okay, well, that's person's A, B.
Right.
You know, so there's this beautiful piece of wisdom that I always share from Charles Horton Cooley. The challenge today is I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. And what he's trying to say is that we live in a perception of a perception of ourselves. So if I think you think I'm smart, then I allow myself to feel smart.
Right. It's like we need that validation. We need that
validation.
Right.
Or if I think you think I'm not smart, then I feel hurt.
Yeah.
And the challenge is I don't know what you're thinking at all, or especially outside in the world. And so I find that what you're saying around like, well, what do I think about myself? Like, how do I feel about myself? How do the people that actually know me feel about me? I think that's really empowering.